there what you're drinking. 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, and one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't.
Yo guys, hello and welcome back to episode 19 and 20 of the Minardi My Team career mode here on F1 26. Now, if you did miss the last episode out in Singapore, an amazing race, go and check that out before you get any spoilers. Before we get into the results though, yes, this is episode 19 and 20. You'll see why shortly. But yeah, qualifying session here at Texas. Circuit of the Americas, not looking great so far. Our pace isn't ideal in this one at all. So yeah, we're out of qualifying already, unfortunately. Last time out though, in Singapore, we did manage to pick up P4 on the track. Plenty of red flags, safety cars, crashes in the last episode. And yeah, hoping for more of the same this weekend, but let's see how it goes.
George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Norris, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Sainz, Piastri, Albon, Hadjar, and Pierre Gasly, Ocon, Behrman, Liam Lawson, and Alonso, Lindblad, Perez, Lance Stroll, and Max Verstappen, Mini, Soloff, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Bottas, and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And joining me in the commentary box
Back of the grid is not what we're aiming for. See if you can make up a few places at the start.
So not the best start to the weekend here, or the double header I should say, but gonna go for the one stop here. Pace is just not good at all. Unlike Singapore though, this is a track that you can't just park it on the apex. There's a lot of lines you can take, and yeah. Let's just get into the race. So we have 5 red lights here at the Circuit of the Americas. And this lights out and away we go. On the medium tyres, decent launch off the grid. Max Verstappen directly ahead of us. Doesn't get a good start though. We're going to send it up the inside into turn 1. Which is a very unique corner by the way. Little bit blind, uphill. And yeah, we managed to get into turn 1 in P15 just behind Liam Lawson and in front of Lance Stroll. But this track is not one of my favourites, let's just put it like that. This is the kind of track that, after season 1, gets switched out for one of the reverse tracks or an Imola on previous games, something like that. Haven't done that many laps around here, sort of ever. Not even just on this game. It's just a track that I've never got on with and I've always kind of avoided. Which is no excuse, I should be practicing on this track a bit more probably, and I definitely will be in the future, but for now we're in this situation in P15 behind Liam Lawson. Not quite close enough to make a move and cut that little left-hander there, which is nice, but we're going to get a good run out of that corner, get around the outside of Liam Lawson, get the job done behind Isaac Hadjar now in the other Red Bull. And hopefully we can get onto the back of him, stay with him. But the pace just isn't that good this weekend, unfortunately, so we're going to be up against it. Horrible little blind left-hander there as well. I never seem to get that one right either. As we go through the final corner, pick up a track limits warning already. Very unnecessary one there, considering you have the S's. That is very easy to get one on this track, but down the back straight on lap 2, we're going to get re-overtaken by Liam Lawson. He's just got too much pace. We do not want to burn too much of the battery. And yeah, he ends up getting past us. A few laps later, Again, Sergio Perez is going to go down the inside into the sort of little hairpin here, but yeah, even if the Cadillac is overtaking me, you know that your pace is not great. And there's also Lance Stroll behind. God, we do not want to be overtaken by him, but we're going to do our best. We are going to try and stay with Sergio Perez, but that doesn't work. Max Verstappen manages to get past Stroll. Colapinto manages to get past Stroll. And Verstappen's going to have a little look now, is he? Not quite close enough, but we run it in so deep, so late on the brakes that it's going to give Verstappen the opportunity to go around the outside. Not fighting this one too much, and he's going to make the most of that, go down the inside. We are going to hang it around the outside, but the Red Bull has better traction. We do touch a little bit, front wing gets slightly damaged. Not the end of the world, but definitely not ideal around this track. As we go super deep into that line left-hander there, and that gives Verstappen the opportunity to get past in the end, but really not a good start to this Grand Prix at all. At the start of lap 6, back down into P17. We're going to have a little look on back to Verstappen to get him back though. Go to the outside of turn 1, but nothing doing there. Don't even get a better exit. And just like the sprint race in Singapore, we have our teammate behind us now, Nicholas Solov this time. So we're going to let him go. We do not want to hold him up as well. He does make it a little bit harder for himself looking up into turn 1, but we're going to let him go, not hold him up. Colapinto up next, trying to overtake us. He's going to go down the inside on the back straight. And he gets the move done. Nice and easy for the Alpine. We're just falling back at this rate. Going to try and set the move back up though. We're so far behind, we're just going to send it down the inside. We get the car stopped. Nice, no contact. Going to go round the outside into this right-hander. We wash out a little bit wide. We get a 3-second penalty. Get the boost on, lose the back end on the curb. We come back onto the racing line and get collected by Lance Stroll. And then we do a little fish slide into the Audi of Gabriel Bortoleto there, I think. And Nico Hülkenberg, sorry. But that just sums up the start of this race, really. We're going to box, go onto the hard compound tyres and get a new front wing. Calamity here at the Circuit of the Americas. And with that front wing change, that does mean we're going to drop down to last place, even behind Lance Stroll. And what you're about to see just sums up my weekend here. We drop majorly off the back of Lance Stroll, so he is just pulling away, hand over fist. We come out of the first sector, we lose the back end. And that is our weekend over. Massive crash here for the Minardi boys. Going to be a massive repair bill on the books, but it's just a shocking start to the weekend. Hence why there is 2 episodes in this episode. So looking forward to Mexico now. It's going to be much better than this track. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. So definitely a race to forget here at the Circuit of the Americas. No points for either myself or Nicholas Solov. So let's just forget about this weekend and move on to Mexico. Before that though, we are going to submit a contract to Fernando Alonso. Hopefully he can get back to us sharpish and we can sign up the former Minardi man for season 2. Looking forward to that, but getting straight into qualifying here at Mexico. Intermediate conditions again in qualifying. Definitely not strangers to that inside this career mode, but we're going to go across the line for our first run in Q1. It's going to be P7, so showing much more pace here. We did do a few more runs, but the times are consistently updating as the track gets better throughout the session. On our final lap though, we are going to get blocked by Lance Stroll. Fortunately, we are the last person on track to set a time, and this is the first lap. Everyone is on the slick tyres, so yeah, we're massively up on our delta, massively up on the people around us, so we are looking completely fine in this one. And we're going to come across the line, and it's going to be P7. We're going to get out of Q1 here. Much better start to this weekend than the American Grand Prix, but moving on to Q2 now. A little bit more difficult in this session as it's a fully dry session. no changeable conditions. We're going to come across the line on a used set of tyres, and it's going to be P15. Quickly going back down to 17th though, we're going to come across the line on our final lap. Nice little improvement, nearly 7/10 of a second as we cross the line. And it's going to be only P14, so unfortunately out in Q2, but still much better than last week.
Yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Russell, Sainz, Piastri, Albon, and Isaac Hadjar, Ocon, Lawson, Nicholas Soloff, and Lindblad, Bottas, Behrman, Fernando Alonso, and Gabriele Mini, Perez, Gasly, Stroll, Bortoletto, Colapinto, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me here...
So a much better start here to the Mexican Grand Prix. P14 on the grid. Going to be a two-stopper today, as the two-stopper is actually very viable around here with the tyre wear. Got 2 sets of hards, 1 set of mediums, so going to be all good for the race. Going to start on the mediums, going to go to the hards towards the end, so we have the better tyres, but hoping for much better here. Let's get straight into it. So here for the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez Grand Prix. And here's 5 red lights and away we go here. Decent traction off the grid. A little bit squirmy though. Fortunately, we get a better start than some of the people around us, pulling instantly side by side with Esteban Ocon, as we actually get a warning for a little bit of contact on Ocon, but trying to go fairly cautious into turn 1. Do not want to be making any contact at these early stages, as we actually have to sort of turn into the corner and get a warning, as we have 2 or 3 people on our outside there. But we're up into P11 on this opening lap so far. Alex Albon and Hadjar up next. We try and have a little look up the inside, but we do not want to make it 3 wide again. And just having to check we don't cut off Ocon in that corner, but good start to this race around the outside of Hadjar in the opening stages, but unfortunately nothing doing there. He has a major Lyco though. Unfortunately we're sort of boxed in behind him. Well, that would have been a perfect opportunity to just go down the inside of the Red Bull man early doors, but unfortunately that is not happening here. Now high tyre wear circuit, hopefully we can stay up and get close to these guys, get the 1 second overtake, because that is going to pay absolute dividends down that start-finish straight. One of the longest straights on the calendar. Cut the curve a little bit, but a decent run out of the final corner. And good, we're still with them for now. And we stay with them until lap 5. Going down into turn 1, we actually have a yellow flag. And it's Kimi Antonelli has gone off in turn 1. So that's going to promote us straight up into the points in this Grand Prix. Much better position than we were all last weekend. So no complaints there. Hadjar and Sainz and Albon actually starting to pull away, but we gain it all back in this middle sector as the Williams are actually going side by side. It's good points for them though. We need to start taking some points off of the Williams as we go down the inside of Isaac Hadjar, lose the back end slightly, so that's going to let him back through. But yeah, we've been spotting that move up for the last few laps. He does like to Lyco into that corner. And yeah, hopefully we can set that up on this lap. Fortunately for him though, he manages to get past Carlos Sainz, and at the start of lap 8 we also get past Carlos Sainz down the start finish straight. He's starting to back off a little bit as we get another yellow flag in towards turn 1. And it's gonna be Max Verstappen is out of the race there with an engine failure, so that promotes us up into P8. No complaints again from me there. If you're going to retire from the race, please be ahead of me. That's all I'm going to say. But Isaac Hadjar up next. Start of lap 9, we're still quite close to him. He's fallen back from Albon slightly, so this could be our chance. We have a nice full battery. We're going to get that on, get in the slipstream. He's going to sort of go a little bit defensive. We're going to go to the outside, lunge it round the outside, keep it well within track limits. And yeah, not push him out too wide on the next corner, but lovely move there up into P6. We do go slightly deep in that corner though, as we get another yellow flag. And it's a red flag here at the Mexican Grand Prix. Incredible scenes here, as we actually have the racing bulls doing a nice little pirouette in the one of the slowest corners on the track, and causing an almighty pile up, including the Ferrari at the back there. So yeah, that's going to reset the order. Fortunately, it means we do not have to pit twice now. We only have to pit once, because we are going to go from the hards to the hards for the rest of this race. And for the second time here at the Mexico Grand Prix, it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go from P6 on the grid. Decent start on the harder compound tyres. We do get swallowed up a little bit from the cars around us. We are burning the battery down into turn 1. But we've got the likes of Esteban Ocon and Kimi Anthony around our outside. He sort of turns into us a little bit in turn 1. Fortunately, we do brake a little bit early and we do not run him wide. But yeah, we get around the outside of Antonelli nicely there. Back up into P7. Losing 1 place on the restart. Not ideal at all, but we've got the better tyres for this track anyway. Kimi Antonelli on the softs at the start of lap 13 is going to look round the outside into turn 1. Nothing doing there. At least he didn't turn in on us this time, but still in P7, really nice. It's also compromised Antonelli's exit, so he has dropped off us now. At the start of lap 16, we have Albon and Hadjar kind of just yo-yoing every other lap. And this could be our opportunity to get on the battery and get past Isaac Hadjar once and for all. He's going to go super defensive, as we're going to go round the outside into this little kind of chicane, if you like, but we hold the outside, which turns to the inside, and it's a lovely move from us. Alex Albon up next. And this could be massive for the championship. We need to get ahead of the Williams man here. On the start finish straight, burning the battery down towards turn 1. His light is flashing. We're going to pull out and absolutely take him around the outside. Give him a little squeeze to the inside to put him off going for it. He does go for it anyway, in fairness to the Williams. He goes for the switchback, but we managed to hold the position, get some decent traction, and he's not going to be a problem for us into the next corner, as Hadjar is actually coming back onto the Williams. So yeah, incredible scenes here at the Mexican Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri up next. Unfortunately, we were catching him at a rate of knots, but at the end of lap 21, we just miss out on his overtake window as he pulls into the pit lane. So if we were a tenth or two faster, that would have been absolutely amazing for our race, but still, we're going to be in P3 at the start of lap 22, and then coming towards the end of that same lap, we are going to box. We're going to go on to our final set of tyres. We were meant to come in a lap later, but we didn't want to be undercut too much, and we've got hard compound tyres. They're going to make it to the end of the Grand Prix anyway, and it's a slow stop from the Minardi boys, which is going to cost us that 2.5 seconds. We're going to come out behind Albon and Ocon ahead. If we had had a good start, we might have got out ahead of them to ahead of Albon, but unfortunately it hasn't worked out like that. Bottas and Gasly nearly taking us down the inside, which would have been awful for our race, but we have Alex Albon up ahead now. Unfortunately, he is stuck behind Ocon. As we manage to close up nicely, we're going through this horrible little fast middle sector, and we're going to get the battery on nice and early, and we're going to try and get him before the start finish straight. We go down the outside and have to lock up, as we don't want to go into the back of Ocon. We overtake Albon off track, but we fully let him back past, and we be a little bit cheeky and send it straight back up the inside. So yeah, very questionable there, but for the championship, we got to do it. You got to be ruthless in these situations. As Ocon actually pits from ahead of us, so that's nice for us. Albon's going to go back on the attack though. He's not happy with that move. We're burning the battery down into turn 1. We've got the race in line nicely, but he's going to go off track to try and overtake us, touching our rear left wheel there. It's a really opportunistic move there from Albon. Really don't know where he was going with that, but as you can see on screen, he's kind of off track already before he even gets anywhere near us. So yeah, we didn't exactly move in the braking or anything. We're just taking our race in line. So let me know what you think about that one. But Gabriele Mini up next, and we want to get this done as soon as possible. He's on the older tyres. We're going to go down the inside, and it's a nice move there. Fortunately, Albon does not get past, and that is going to be absolutely crucial for our race. Because as you can see, he is outside of the 1 second now. Our teammate's outside of the 1 second from us, and Albon is behind him. So just because we got the overtake done nice and early, we've got a nice little margin. And that means towards the end of that 27, the likes of Hadjar, Gasly and all them lot are a decent chunk away, 3.5 seconds. Make that 4 seconds at the start of lap 33, as we're actually on the back of Kimi Antonelli again, who in turn is on the back of Oscar Piastri. So P4 could still be achievable in this Grand Prix. We're going to get the battery on and try and put a move on the Italian. We're going to send it down the inside. Opportunistic move after a few laps being stuck behind the Mercedes man. And we get the job done nicely up into P5. The Australian up next, the sus Australian from Singapore that absolutely pile drived us, but yeah, Kimi Antonelli is going to try and get back down into turn 1. Unfortunately, we've used a lot of our battery. We're going to hold it round the outside this time though, give him a little squeeze to the inside. We do leave him just enough room, but we managed to hold the position. Piastri's still up ahead, and we are kind of reeling him in, but he's just keeping us at a distance where we're not able to get him. And coming onto the final lap, we're kind of overdriving the car at this point. We get on the curb around the final corner, it unsettles the car, and that means Antonelli is going to get past us. Putting the battery on into turn 1, no overtake mode. We're a little bit far back, but we're going to send it down into turn 1. Luckily not making any contact with Mercedes man. We get it stopped and do not fly off the track, and we get the position back. Lovely move there, but Antonelli is not done. He's going to look to the outside. We're going to cover the inside. We get it stopped nicely, leaving plenty of room around the outside, and that is job done for now. Just need to get to the end of this lap, and P5 will be an absolutely amazing result for us here today, especially after what happened at Cota. Just 2 sectors left. Need to keep it on the track. Do not get any warnings or penalties, anything like that, because that could absolutely screw us. But by the looks of it, going to go into the stadium section for the last time as Lando Norris wins the Mexican Grand Prix here. And it's looking like we're going to achieve P5 here, and it's going to be some amazing points over Williams in the championship. A lovely result.
It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
So from zero to hero here in this episode. Shocking start at Cota, but we get that back here in Mexico. P5 on the track. Perfect result for us. Plenty of points for us in the championship. P10, P11 in the drivers. In at a Williams sandwich also, and we are now only a few points behind the Williams team. Was at 7 points, so watch this space. The end of the season is going to be absolutely fascinating. But that's been it from me, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me in this episode. If you want to hit like, hit subscribe, help me out, trying to hit 500 subs before the end of the year. And yeah, have a good evening, guys, and cheers.